Hey everybody, how's it going? David Levitt here. I'm gonna sleeve up Santa Monica from Alderac Entertainment Group with some sleeves. I have been thoroughly enjoying this game this year. It's one of the new games from 2020. It's a tableau builder where you're making your own beach town, and I highly recommend it. If you haven't checked it out, it's definitely worth the look. And I've enjoyed it so much that we're going to sleeve it up to protect the cards. There's not much in the box. I don't know if they're down the road going to have expansions or not. It doesn't really need expansions because there's a lot of variability in the base game. And we got a size guide because there is a metric buttload of tripod moved. There is a metric buttload of different types of card sleeves when it comes to board games, and it can be a little confusing to know what size card sleeves you need. I know BCW, they give some stores, they have a size guide, so if you go into your local game store and you don't know what size cards sleeves you need, they can figure it out. Not square, not tear it. The standard, okay, this is going to take a standard card size. If you look on, and these are the reference cards, but like this game has these pretty little drawings, and it's a card game. But you're building your town, and you might have a storefront, and then a beach, then another storefront, and then you're building. When you place some cards, you put down your little meeples, those are the tourists, and then you move them around. By the end of the game, you're trying to have people in certain spots. It's just really fun. I like it. All right, so this is going to take standard size BCW card sleeves. So I got a couple packs of them right here. I know they make both normal and then anti-glare card sleeves for almost all of their stuff. And I think the reason you might want anti-glare is, like, say you have foils and you don't like the look of the shininess. So let's get us sleeving. We're going to take a look at some of these storefronts. So this is the Recycle Center, and you get sand dollar when you play it. Oops, got to flip those around. It's a beach. How's everybody doing today? You know what? Freaking, I hate it when butt moles knock over the garbage. But is that a raccoon or is that a cat? I think that's a raccoon. A raccoon knocked over the garbage. If fishies were dishies, If fishes were dishes. Well, this one is like a wedding on a beach. Deep blue t-shirts. Got a little statue on this one. It's another like small wedding on the beach or some sort of ceremony there. And there's another one. There's a few of these weddings on the beach. The California crust. Huh. Interesting. California crust. So, definitely one of the things that is interesting about this game is all the little shops and touristy places. And I'm not sure if they'll do it, but like, I don't see any reason they couldn't, in a way, retheme this game. Like, I could see this being in gift shops, just about anywhere that is a beach town. And they could, I guess, they could just kind of change the name if they wanted to, but I think they should not change the name. But like, you can just go as Santa Monica. Like, I could see this being sold in tourist shops on Cape Cod. Definitely. This seems like one of those no-brainer games for gift shops. And it's actually good. That's the thing. This is actually good. Usually when you go into a tourist shop, the games they have are horrible. But like, imagine going on vacation and grabbing this game and it actually being good. That's so cool. So something you might notice about some of these cards is they'll have a circle. So that circle represents at the end of the game if you have two of those. And that one right there means normal visitor, VIP, or tourists. It can be any of those three. Then at the end, it'll be worth 4 victory points. And so you would put 2 of your characters on either side. So that's one of the, it's such a simple game, but there's strategy because you have to move around your meeples. Again, that means it could be any of the three. You have tourists, you have your locals, and then you also have your VIP character. So this is going to use a couple packs of card sleeves because the BCW sleeves are 50 per pack. And we are using the standard sized. But yeah, so there's local, tourist, VIP, and that symbol means any type. And there's a little bit of symbology, right, on the cards, but it's not overwhelming. And it's a surprising amount of depth. And that's what I really like about this one. And you're just getting your character, you're getting your meeple, you're making your beach town and you're moving them across. And then by the end of the game, you're trying to get these spots filled. So like you would want any three characters to just be lounging about. Or you want, if you get a tourist on this space, it's worth 3 victory points at the end. You're just having a grand old time. This is definitely one of my favorite games of the year. There's something satisfying about sleeving cards. I don't know. It's cathartic. You know, some people might be thinking it's a real pain in the butt to take the time to do it, but I don't know. Coming from playing Magic, I'd always like to sleeve up a new deck. Donut store. Oh, look at the skate park. You can move up to any 3 here. Pretty cool. All right, and we got our reference cards. And that's everything sleeved up. We still got a little leftover sleeves. Didn't use the full 100. Put those back in, and maybe another game we'll use those for. And some people complain about, oh, when you sleeve cards, they take up a lot of more room. They're really not that bad when it's a small game like this. And there's a ton of room in the box. You might want to get yourself a plastic card deck to put them in. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I have some in storage, extra card boxes, and I'll stick this deck into the card box and then put the card box in the box. But some people shuffle like that, right? Sideways. But I don't like that coming from being a Magic player. I like to shuffle like this. And as you can see, these sleeves slide right into each other very nicely. The BCW, I've been using them for a while as a Magic player. I've used a lot of different brands, but you can argue there's some better brands, but they're quite more expensive. So if you're on a budget and you have a huge collection of games to sleeve, like we've got a lot of games, a lot of games. And if you have a lot of different games to sleeve, then you don't want to be buying really expensive Dragon Shields. I'll save the Dragon Shields for Magic the Gathering, but when it comes to board games, you have a huge quantity, huge collection. BCW is great value, price point. I don't like doing this, but sometimes I can't help but do that type of shuffle. Sufficiently randomized. All right, guys. If you haven't checked out Santa Monica yet, I highly enjoy this game. I don't like to promote things that I don't like. Sometimes I'll mention it if a company pays for it or whatever, but I genuinely enjoy this game. I think it's one of the best games of 2020. If you haven't checked it out, definitely recommend Santa Monica. I'm going to be making like a best of 2020 list, and this game is going to be on it. Hope you have a great weekend.